Everyone, I'm Yogesh. Today I'm going to explain about what is the partial views are used in MVC. Partial views is what is just like the web user control in ASP.NET Web Form technology. We used that you want that some common functionality should be implemented in various views, then the common functionality should be described in your partial view. So it means that to create the reusable components, you will take partial views, and to create the HTML markup in the separate file, we use the partial views. Okay, so we have two types of partial views. First one is the static and second one is the dynamic. Static partial view are used to render the static data, and the dynamic partial views are used to implement the dynamic data. What is the mean of static and dynamic data? Static data means that you are going to create some just HTML markup, just like the footer and the header, where you are implementing the banner section in your header portion, and you are implementing some copyright section in your footer part. So this part will not be changed at the user end, and it means that this is a static part. But in concern of dynamic part, that you are retrieving some data from the database and you are getting some data from the collections, then you should use the dynamic partial views. So there are two methods to implement the static partial view. First one is the render partial and second one is the partial HTML partial and HTML.render partial. The render partial will not return anything. It will return the void, and it just display the output on your view page. Then we use the render partial. But in case of HTML.partial, it will return the HTML MVC string, and you can store it in a particular variable and you can manipulate that variable. Okay, so we use the HTML.partial, and as just like the static methods, we have two methods also in a dynamic part. First one is the render action and second one is the action, and the render actions will return MVC HTML string, just like the HTML.partial in the static part, and HTML.render action will not return anything. Okay, so let me describe it or demonstrate it in my practical part. So let me open Visual Studio. So here I am going to create, actually I opened two Visual Studio. Let me close it. Now let me create a controller. I want the controller name should be home, and we have the index method. So here we don't have the shared folder, so make a shared folder or the master page. You have to create on index, right click on index, then add view. It's a simple view, it's not a partial view. Here I am going to give the name of my view name. Here I am creating the index view. Here you can see that we have a shared folder, and we have also a underscore layout.cstml in my shared folder, as well as the view start.cstml. So this is the basic designing part. Okay, now come to the create a partial view. Here I am going to implement a simple method of static partial view, that is the HTML.render partial. Okay, so here I am going to describe it or demonstrate it by using the footer section. We have underscore layout.cstml. I just cut this footer section. Now I'm going to create a partial view for this footer section. Just right click on shared, go to the add and click on view. This is the partial view, that's why I'm using here create as a partial view, and I'm going to given a name of my partial view, that is footer. Okay, I'm using here underscore because it's a naming convention. Whenever you create a partial view, you should use the underscore. Now click on add button. Now as you know that I have copied the footer section from my layout.cstml, I am pasting it over here. Okay, so my partial view has been created now. Now let me show you that how I can use this partial view on my layout.cstml. To perform this partial view, I just render some code over here, like HTML.render partial. We have this method, and in this method we have so many methods over here, overloaded methods over here, but I am here using a simple first overloaded method that is asking for the string partial view name. So I have just I created footer partial view. I am giving the reference of my partial view. Now using the semicolon, let me execute it. We knows about it that we have the home controller and the action name is the index by as default in root.config, so there is no need to make any changes in root.config.cs file. Okay, so we have the output here. This output or this footer section is coming from the my partial view, so we have implemented it. Now let me come to the another method of to render the static partial view, that is the render.partial. Here we have this container part. Let me make some changes over here, cut this, and I'm going to create a new partial page with named header. Go to the add section, click on view, create as a partial view. Now I'm going to give the name of my partial view, that is the header. I have created, now paste it. Now you have complete header section HTML markup. Now let me show you that how I can use it in this portion. As you know that I cut from this portion. Now let me show you another method, that is the HTML.markup. But before it, as I told you that we used this particular method whenever you want that the data should be stored in a particular variable, or the return data should be stored in a variable, and you can manipulate that variable. So to brief it, I have to take a variable with name anything, like I am using here header part. This is my variable name, and here I am going to get the value from the from my header, just writing like this HTML dot partial. We have this method, and in this method I am going to define the giving the reference of my partial view, that is just I created header. Okay, now what to do? Now I want to make some changes in my header part, so let me do it. Header part equal to new HTML MVC, sorry, that is MVC HTML string. Okay, I want to concrete some value or some HTML markup with my header part, so that means that I am converting into string and writing some code like this, paragraph code. My header part manipulations. This is my HTML markup. I just want to change some. Okay, that's it. Now I want to implement this header part over here by using header part. Now let me execute it again. Here you can see the output. The font color was it's black by default, that's why it's showing like this. So you have that paragraph section in your header section, right? So in this form you can see here, like you are getting the reference of your header. It will return the MVC partial MVC HTML string, and it will store in header part. Now I am going to manipulate this particular HTML MVC HTML string by using some adding some data over here. So in this section you have learned that how we can use the static part. Now let me come to the another section, that is how we can render the dynamic part or dynamic partial views. Okay, to perform this let me create another action, public. Here I am going to use another return type, that is the partial view result. Okay, and my action name would be category. In this partial view result I am getting some I am creating an array with the name like this, arrays, and I'm initializing it like sunglasses. Okay, another, I'm going to create some categories over here. Second category my is computers, and third category is my laptops. I have to use equal over here. Okay, everything is fine. Now I have to return some value, that is my partial view value. Okay, so partial view have a method name, and my partial view would be category, and the data should be written, that is the arrays. Okay, arrays means that we have initialized the array with some values, and the name of array is the arrays. Okay, so let me create another partial view. It's my dynamic partial view. Right click on shared, add view. The partial view name would be category. Okay, create as a partial view. Now I want to render all the categories. So it means that you have categories. Okay, I want to take ul and li element over here, and using for each loop, where item in model. Okay, in this model I will create a list and will print this list by using @item. Okay, so let me make some changes in app start, because here I am going to call the category action category. Now let me execute it again. So we have the output. So in this section you learned that how we can use the render render partial by using the render action method. So if you want to implement this in your layout.chtml page, and it's a very easy task, just go to the layout.chtml. You want to implement this below the header section, so you can implement it here over here by using like s2 category, and this s2 category I am just writing here code, that is a render action. Okay, in this render action I will give the we have 2 overloaded method or 6 overloaded method. Sorry, we have 6 overloaded method. In this method I am going to call the action name. That action name was the category. Okay, and the controller name was the home. I am calling it html.render section. Before it's an expression, so it means that you have to take the curly braces over here, close it, that's it. Okay, so now you are going to render the output. Just calling the same view. Okay, I have to make some changes, like I want to call index action Google Chrome. Now the header section has been enlarged. Okay, so it's not visible perfectly, so I have to make some changes over here, like layout.chtml. I will render it in another section, like cut it from here, and at footer I want to implement this. Okay, execute it again. Now you can see the output. It means that what is going on, Here I am going to I just created the the partial view, that is the dynamic partial view, and we are calling it from the my layout.cstml. So in this video tutorial you have learned that how we can create the partial views. So thanks for watching this video. Thank you.